everyone, welcome to another crochet knitting podcast. I do have some knitting this time, but this is mostly crochet. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Irit. I am a relatively new crocheter. I've been crocheting for about a year now, and I started to crochet as kind of a stress relief, and it has become another obsession. Like I needed that in my life. So yarn is taking over everything. Okay, let's talk a bit about projects. So I'm surrounded by baskets of my current WIPs. Yeah, I don't have anything finished. I was wearing the last thing I finished in the previous video, which was my fourth sweater from my pattern, and I really like it. And I kind of I'm on one hand trying to use what I have. On the other hand, I have a lot of just like one skein of each color, and except a bunch of like ice yarns, which I'm not really loving at the moment. So yeah, so I just need to like decide which yarn I want to use, and then I have to like order enough to make a sweater from it. Okay, so I showed you this tunic that I was working on using some beautiful cake yarn, and this is, I kind of stopped here. So the construction of this tunic is that you make 4 of these panels, like, and then you join them in the middle, so it's like 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and then you add the sleeves. I kind of stopped because I don't know how long I want it to be, and this pattern is by Maya Luna Corazon, and you can find it on her Ravelry, I guess. So this is the first half, and then I started the other half. And yeah, I'm using this like gorgeous cake yarn from Katya, and just really loving the colors. It's so much fun to make things with these kind of color changing yarns. I feel it's so motivating to, you know, keep going until the color changes. So I'm thinking I will probably do my next sweater with some sort of like color changing yarn. So that's where I'm at. This is like a really fun kind of, you don't have to think too much about it. Pattern, it's called the Eliza Tunic, and yeah, you can find it on her, I guess, Ravelry for sure. Maya Luna Corazon. So really fun. Speaking of her, I had a bit of a, if you see my community posts, I had a bit of a obsessed weekend, and I actually used another one of her patterns, which I bought, I don't know, like sometime in October, November, and this is the Unity sweater. And wait, let me see. I don't think you can see a lot in these pictures, but it's kind of like she used a lot of her like, you know, waste yarn and just like a stash busting project, and she used, I think, like a double strand of like, you know, fingering weight yarn, which I don't really have such thin yarns. I mean, I do enjoy working with like thinner yarns, but I don't know if I have the patience and the, you know, personality type for such massive projects. Anyway, I got this gorgeous skein of Phildar Jewel Spun yarn, which it's like one of the most beautiful yarns I've ever seen. And I didn't have time to, I got it and I just took a picture and posted it on my community tab, and I didn't even like have time to like make a video to show it because I just immediately wanted to get into it and start working on this sweater. And it is a 200-gram skein, so kind of like a massive, nice, large skein of yarn. And the colorways are beautiful, but this one especially is my favorite. It's called, I want to say Daybreak Delta, something with day and delta. I'm gonna say Daybreak. And yeah, I mean, look at this. I can't, it's just so good. So this is the back or front of the sweater. It just has 2 panels, and it's a really nice pattern to follow. I wasn't sure about the ribbing. It has, I'm not a huge fan of the front post, back post ribbing Not the making of it. The making of it is really, really fun and much more enjoyable, in my opinion, than like, you know, just doing a long strip of whatever, back loop only, slip stitch, single crochet, double crochet, whatever. So this is definitely much more enjoyable and faster, but it's more bulky. And yeah, but it's, you know, it's like, I mean, it looks nice and it's nice to work, to create. So yeah, but yeah, that's the pattern. And then, so you do the ribbing and then you do a bunch of rows, and this is just like double crochet. And then she has this like beautiful pattern. And so I made this, and then I made this, the other side, and then I ran out of yarn. So this is 500 meters, 200 grams. I immediately ordered another skein, but I think this is coming from, I ordered it on Amazon Germany, but I think it's coming from the UK. So it's gonna take a few more days. Probably I'll get it next week. But I was just like, I couldn't put this down. And the colors here are so gorgeous. I can't get over, like, I've really never seen, in my opinion, like I haven't seen a color changing yarn that is so beautiful, so rich, especially if you're not, if like me, you don't use animal fibers. I find that there's a lot of like really beautiful color changing yarns with wool in them, but I haven't seen anything like this in acrylic. And this is 100% acrylic, and it's just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So I used a 5mm hook, and I can't wait to finish this. And I think I made it a little bit big, but it's okay. And yeah, just couldn't stop myself. This was just like completely, I just couldn't stop the whole weekend. It was very, very nice. Okay, so moving on to a couple of knitting things. So this is the back of a cardigan. Yeah, this is the good side. It is the good side. The back of a cardigan, again, I think I made it a bit too big. I don't wear such like such big sweaters. I don't know, but it's just too late. It's gonna happen. Although I can't say I'm really looking forward to making the sleeves for this. Maybe I'll just crochet or do like a fast stockinette stitch in just like one color, and not like, maybe I'll just go for one of the pinks because I like pink, you know, like I did here with the ribbing. Maybe I'll do that so it's not all like color, color, color. But anyway, this is the back. The back is done. I do love all this color changing. So this is done with 3 DK yeah, strands, and I just love the effect. It was the inspiration for this version of my sweater. And yeah, so I finished the back, and I started one of the front panels with, and I'm doing the 1-1 ribbing. So yeah, I am enjoying this, and I am kind of looking forward to having this finished. I'm not looking forward to the sleeves. And also, this is the first garment I've knitted in about 10 years. I used to knit, and I knitted like a couple of sweaters and vests about 10 years ago, but I haven't knitted since. And yeah, so I thought this was kind of like a fun, colorful project. But then I thought, okay, I really love the look of knitted sweaters, and I thought maybe I should try something a little bit more challenging, maybe with some shaping. So I started a pattern that, I don't know, it just deceivingly looked easy. And yeah, I'm like really struggling, but I think maybe I just like bit off more than I could chew, because this is like a raglan sweater with short rows and shaping and increasing and all kinds of things, and knitting in the round, which I haven't done. I don't even remember if like the first time I knitted, if I knitted in the round. Maybe I did like a couple of hats, but that's it. I don't think I did a sweater in the round. So it's just a bit much. This is where I am. just this beautiful yarn that I love from Katya. This is called Pluma. And it's just beautiful yarn. It's mostly cotton. And I would love to have a sweater done with this. This is sweater number 6 from somewhere. I'll try to put a link below, but yeah, it's a beautiful kind of simple looking sweater, but I guess it's not so simple to make it. There's all kinds of different increases, and yeah, I don't know. So this is the problem with this kind of thing, is that I need to not be tired, I need to be focused, and I need to be next to my computer so I can look for tutorials for pretty much every second stitch or anything happening in this pattern. So yeah, I don't know how much patience I have for this kind of thing right now. I don't really know how to like pace myself with, you know, learning new things. In knitting, I'm not like the sweater that I showed you before. It's going to be a cardigan. It's just, you know, it's just like knitting a few pieces and then attaching them. I'm not too crazy about it. I would like to do more of like seamless knitting. And yeah, I'm thinking, I found a really lovely YouTuber. What's her name? Knit what you love what you knit, something like that. And she has a pattern for like this mock turtleneck. Is it mock? I have like mock turtle soup in my head. But it's like this mock neck sweater, something like that, that looks really beautiful. And I thought maybe that would be, and it's more like a chunky yarn, so maybe that would be a little bit simpler for me. I'm not sure. But I do want to like knit a more seamless sweater, but I don't want to like struggle through it like all the time. So yeah, I have to figure it out, like what I want to do. So let's move on to crochet. Now this is exciting, and I'm very happy to show this to you. So this is the back of my granny square. It's gonna be a cardigan. Again, this is too big. I have a bit an issue with things, but this is like, I don't know. I think I'll just go with it. And yeah, it's just going to be a little bit baggy. But this will be the back piece. And then the front is going to have 6 granny squares on each side. And I did have enough granny squares, but I wasn't like too crazy about the color situation. From like the first ones that I made, I didn't put enough thought. Like I didn't put enough thought into the color order. So these are, I don't think I'm gonna use them. And again, this one, I mean, they're okay, but they're not as good as this, or this, or this. So I'm making enough to have for the front in the color order that I want. So I need 12. I think I have probably like 9. So I need to do a few more. And then I'm going to join. I used a wonderful video from Bloom something, I think. I'll try to find the link on like a join as you go. And it was really nice to make, and really it went like super fast. And yeah, very joyful experience. And I do like the look of this. So this is all good. This is making me very happy. I just have to continue doing what I'm doing. And yeah, let's talk about things that are not making me so happy. I have here all of my squares for the Secret Yarnery Cal. And yeah, so Krista posted the last videos on how to do like the join of all of these. And first of all, I got stuck with the 12th square. I really didn't like the stitch, which was the first, I don't know if I'm like somehow resisting just like finishing this project. It's very frustrating. But so I didn't finish the 12th square, and I've been really good like the whole year with, you know, she posted a video, I made my square, I'm done. So I don't know, maybe I should just like power through it and just like do it, but I thought maybe I could just like find a stitch that I prefer and do that. but I haven't done either. And also I watched her videos, and Krista is amazing. I don't want to like, this is not on her, this is on me. I've made a couple of blankets based on her patterns and I love them, and it was a joy to make, and the instructions are perfect, and you know, it's like free on YouTube, so gotta appreciate that. Including this Cal, which is also like just like free on YouTube. So I do really appreciate it, but the join was a bit much for me. It's just like a lot of stitch markers, and I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm trying to do my own thing. It's probably just taking twice as much time or 3 times more. And I just thought I was gonna, like, I thought maybe I should just do like a granny square round and then do a join as you go, like I did with the sweater, that with like a part of the sweater that I just showed you, because it was very easy. So what I did here is I did do like the same number of, you know, single crochet chain 2 kind of a border around everything. Hers are not exactly a square, so it's a rectangle, and I don't know if my brain can deal with that. So I just like, I want to do them all as squares. They're mostly squared or can be forced into a square. And yeah, but I kind of got stuck here because when I tried to do the clusters of the granny squares, it was just too many stitches. So I either have to forget the idea of a granny square and just like do less stitches on the next row, or I have to like go back and do less single crochet chain 2, which will probably be the better solution. But yeah, so because right now I have, I think, 16 of these spaces, and it was just too much. When I did a row of granny square clusters, it was just like, just too many stitches. So I need to reduce the number. I think that's what I'll do, because I don't know. I don't know if I can commit to all the like stitch markers and measuring and all the stuff that Krista did on her wonderful blanket. I mean, it's just me. I think I want to do like another blanket because I have a bunch of yarn, just, you know, a skein here, a skein there with like different colors that I don't see myself doing a full project with. And yeah, so I just like a blanket like I showed here on the channel, and I have a tutorial. It's actually one of, like, my family really loves that blanket, which makes me very happy because it was like the easiest one to do and the stash busting one. And I do have some yarn that I just want to like get into. So I think I'll do that soon. And then in January, I want to do the Cal and yeah, finish like all these projects. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I want to work on patterns from other people, but I also want to like develop my own and also have like some variations for the my To Become One sweater pattern. So I just need a few more hours in the day when my kids are not home. And I will have no problems. That's not true. Yeah, so sorry, this was a little bit all over the place. But that's what's going on. I think those are all my updates. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comments if you have an emptiness inside when you know there is no yarn coming your way. That's how I feel right now. Besides that one skein of Phildar, like the jewel spun yarn that I ordered for this, there's nothing. Now, I have a room full of yarn, but that's not the same. Let me know if you feel my pain. You want that new yarn to play around with and feel excited about. But yeah, I should just shop my stash and dig into my stash and use some of it so that I can make room for more without having to figure out where to put all the yarn. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.